Well, hey there guys, this is Rock Hard Riffs, the guitar channel for the self-taught, and it is Flashback Friday, that's right. In today's episode, it's all about David Bowie and the new documentary, Finding Fame. Outstanding. Joining us, guys, we really appreciate that. Again, it's Flashback Friday, Yahoo! It's all about David Bowie. As you can see behind me here, we have different shirts in. Again, just to let you know, again, we have shirts available. We'd really appreciate you picking one up and supporting us. We'd really appreciate that. Again, these are just a few of the colors that are available to you. We have black. This is like a royal blue, and kind of a gray, and kind of a sand or a taupe color. Great shirts. Good deal, helps support the channel. I like to watch documentaries and stuff, and especially this one that came out. I was expecting something much different than what this documentary, Finding Fame, had to offer. This was, I don't know if I want to say the words brutally honest, but boy, it was very honest. And you see David Bowie from like being a young teenager grow and develop, and finally then becomes Ziggy Stardust. And that's where the documentary pretty much ends, and what happens between those years. Now, how I relate it is that, say, take the Beatles or Stones or any other band in the early days that really hit the road hard, or would play in a place like Hamburg, and they'd play there all night and all day for weeks and nights and months on end, breaking themselves in, making themselves musicians, making themselves songwriters, writing hundreds of songs like Lennon and McCartney did. They wrote something like 300 songs before they even recorded a single one. So you can imagine a good majority of those songs probably were just kind of terrible. And you see David Bowie going through this as he's growing up as a teenager. Now, a lot of the songs in his youth were very much about, it's hard to call them amateurish or kiddie, but they were kiddie songs. They're children's songs about soldiers and tin soldiers and toys and a laughing gnome and things that were just, the songs were kind of hideous. And the people around him, even that are in the documentary, one of his friends that was a mime said that it was absolutely horrible what he was doing at the time. Now, what he was going through is what other bands go through in bars and clubs, but David Bowie was going through it, actually releasing music that way on very small, unlabeled, unheard of labels at the time. And he'd release song after song. I didn't see much of a progression until the very end. He started to progress a little bit. Then finally he comes out with the song Space Odyssey, which is on an album of the same name. That song did well, but the album did not. It wasn't until Hunky Dory and the Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars came out that really things took off. But before then, it was, again, a very brutally honest, is one way of putting it, documentary just exposing what he was doing through those younger years until he started to develop more and more and more into a better and better songwriter. I think also a great big contribution that is grossly understated to David Bowie's career was Mick Ronson, his guitar player. I think he really brought the rock edge and the old-fashioned rock rhythms to a lot of David Bowie's music. Because you hear a lot of the stuff in the early years are very ethereal, and again, kind of, I hate to use the word amateurish, but I'm not sure how else to say it. And they're also like, it's like a whole bunch of Yellow Submarines songs like that, they just didn't have it. There was no real rhythm. They were kind of ethereal. It was like he was laughing at himself, like tongue-in-cheek, just in case the music failed. He could say, oh, well, it was just child stuff. And in case it were to succeed, he could say, well, it's high art, right? So he was like giving himself an out almost. He just wasn't taking it very seriously, I think, but he wasn't sure which direction he wanted to go either, artistically. Then he focused more on music and studied more and more and more and wrote more and more songs, and eventually became an excellent songwriter, in my opinion. But that's what you see happened in the documentary. I really enjoyed this. I think you will too if you're a David Bowie fan. But you've got to let your ego go and let your preconceptions go, and just kind of watch the documentary for what it is. Alright guys, if you've seen this, let us know. Leave a comment in the comment section. Give us your opinion. And if you're about to see it, well, hey, let us know after that. Alright guys, thanks so much for joining us here for this Flashback Friday on Rock Hard Riffs. Don't forget, pick up a t-shirt, guys. We really appreciate the support. We really do. Alright, and if you're new to our channel, please check out our other videos. And if this is for you, please subscribe. Alright guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next video.